ago, I talked about pathways to true happiness, and if you can remember, I emphasize that happiness is a positive mindset every man should develop. I said happiness is a state of positive well-being. Happiness is what we experience when things go the way we want it to be, or when an event, a life event, occur to us in a way that actually favor us. And sometimes when those things are not happening the way we want them to be, or we keep experiencing the negative side of happiness, which is sadness, there are coping mechanisms. But in this session, I want to discuss 5 ways on how to be happy, which means that 5 routines you can actually add to your normal life that will make you happy. So here are 5 habits you can add to your normal life that will make you happy. Number 1, always smile. Most people smile when they are happy. Yes, it is good to smile when you are happy, but that shouldn't always be what you live for. Because when sad moments come, it is very important for you to know that you still need to put on a smiling face. One of the advantages of smiling to make you happy is that the brain releases dopamine that makes us happier. So you don't have to wait for any moment or any event that will happen in your favor before you put on a smile on your face. So whether there is a sad moment or there's a moment that actually happy moment, one thing you should learn to do that you should always be happy, because the brain is always ready 24/7. That means when we are not sleeping, to release the dopamine that gives us a happier moment whenever we smile. So be a happy person every day. Number 2, always exercise, or should I say exercise frequently. That's frequent exercise is not only good for the body, but it also helps to reduce stress, the feelings of anxiety, and the symptoms of depression. What exercise does is that it relieves you of those things we always think about that affect our productivity during the day. And the moment you begin to do exercise, you feel at ease within yourself, and also know that exercise also adds to our self-esteem. Aside adding to our self-esteem, it boosts your confidence, and it gives you the strength and the boldness to carry on with your activity on a daily basis. So number 2, it is very, very important for you to exercise frequently, and if you can exercise daily, you can do that. So one of the ways to do your exercise is just like taking a walk or doing something as light. Number 3, get adequate sleep, because adequate sleep is essential for number 1, good health, number 2, brain function, and number 3, emotional well-being. A lot of people escape having enough sleep by rushing down to do 1 or 2 things, before they go to bed. They go to bed late and they wake up early in the morning, which is one of the reasons when they wake up and they get to where they want to have their daily work, it becomes difficult for them to concentrate. Because of that, they can't do what they're supposed to do, and it is good for adults, a normal adult, to get from 7 to 8 hours of sleep, and for children to get from 9 to 15 hours, depending on the stages. We have the infants, the toddler, the preschool, and the school stage. So whether as an adult or as a child, it is good to get adequate sleep for the sake of good health, for the sake of the brain to function well during the day, and for you to have a good emotional well-being. So get adequate sleep for you to function well. And when you sleep well during the night, or you rest well during the day, which is why you discover that you are fit to do what you want to do, it keeps you happy because you are able to think well. Psychologically, you are able to do what you want to do. You are able to think well and carry on with your activity very well. So number 4, eat good food that keeps you in the mood. I won't take much time on that. Eating good food also help us in a lot of ways which we don't know. The food like vegetables, like beans and like whole grains. These 3 set of food helps to keep one in a good mood. When you eat it, it helps to keep you in a good mood, that you can function very well during the day. Then I'll move to the last one, number 5, which is be grateful. Always be grateful. Don't be an ingrate. Be grateful for what you have. Be grateful for what you have been able to achieve. If you remember in my last session, I talked about being grateful. Be a person who has the spirit of gratitude for what you have been able to achieve in the process of trying to achieve the one ahead. So always be grateful, because those people who are always grateful, they always see the need, as in not the need, they always have this emotional well-being, that they are always happy, they are not in a rush, they are not angry, they are not sad, they are not in a depressed mood. So the moment you are always happy, you keep a grateful mood to yourself and to people around you, you discover that you always live a life of happiness. So if you want to live a life of happiness, you need to add this five routine to your normal life, which I said. So number one is always smile. You need to smile always, because it releases the dopamine that makes us happy. Then number two is that you should always exercise. You exercise frequently, like taking a walk, going for doing yoga, or just doing some stretch in the morning when you wake up, and probably at night before you sleep. Number three, you need to have plenty of sleep. Number four, eat good food. And number five, be grateful. So it is essential for you to be happy, because happy is a state of a positive mindset, is a state of a positive mental health, and it also helps for your physical life to be okay. So if you want to live a happy life, just follow what I've just said, and you discover that you will always be happy.